Hey guys, this is Sydnee A welcoming you to another exciting episode of Necro-Fiends of the Frozen Dead, where we are celebrating 25 years of the fans and friends of Frozen Dead and Johnny Necro. And today I am welcoming a super awesome guy that I like to call my friend as well, Mark Gervais. Welcome!
Hey everybody.
How you doing?
And Sydney, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here.
I'm so excited. I went and got my Johnny Necro Horror Adorable mug. There we go. It's Hulk Hogan, Bret and Hart, and then on the other side we have Bray Wyatt and the Fiend.
Wow, that's a mix.
Yeah. These are, I think, Johnny's favorite wrestlers. So.
Okay. And you know about wrestling?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
You still like to get into that, or is that just something that's
I mean, I like to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't watch, there's so much of it now. I don't watch a lot of it, but I do tune in and I pay attention to what's going on. I just don't absorb as much, being busy. I don't absorb it the same way as I used to. So there's like 24 hours of wrestling a week. Like, I don't have that kind of life. You know what I mean?
Like when we were growing up, it was like everything else. It was like the Saturday night or like the Friday night.
Now it's crazy.
To it all week, and now it's just like, okay, it's on again.
Yeah, exactly. I think these are Johnny's favorite. I know his character is based on Bret whose name is Bret Hart. Look, I'm calling it in. Yep, is based on Bret Hart. Yeah, you want to show him? I have my book in the other room. I forgot to bring it in. Yeah, there he is.
There's
Bret Hart. Yep.
Wow.
And the Hulk Hogan thing, I don't know. We didn't really talk about, me and Johnny didn't really talk about Hogan, but I know we joked about it and we said funny memes to each other about Hogan. But I know Bray Wyatt, he really enjoys, because Bray's very horror themed, and Johnny, I think he likes horror. I think Johnny kind of likes horror stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I kind of got that little that vibe from him there. But if you want to get your own Horror Adorables mug, you can go to Johnny's Linktree, right there, Linktree, Frozen Dead 13.
Yeah.
Shop for your Horror Adorables there.
He's got all sorts of crazy merch on there, everything. So.
He does. I was telling somebody else in one of these that I got 2 pins from Johnny at the Comic-Con, and one is Ghostface from Scream, and the other is Snuffleupagus.
Oh,
it's like
classic.
It's a good indication of the like different sides to Johnny. Like you can get Ghostface and you can get Snuffy, and everybody in between.
He's talking about the different faces is, celebrating 25 years of his comic on the indie scene, and this guy's been plugging away at his brand for years. And I haven't followed him for 25 years, but just to talk about him as a person and his character, I think is important. I think you've got a guy, and he's a veteran, and we have that in common. But like, he's plugged away at things for 25 years. He's been doing this book, and each one feels special, especially to him. And that's not just like he's putting these books out. It's like, these are labors of love. You know what I mean? Like, for him, this is, yes, it's his brand, and it's how he makes, his hustle. But at the same time, it's like, this is something that he really is very, very passionate about. And I think that's very identifiable when you talk to him, because he has this, I always tell him, I call him the wild man of our Comic-Con. And, he will always have a table as long as he wants at our con. We love him. And I appreciate him dearly as a friend. He has been nothing but sweet and genuine, and a pretty awesome human being. Anytime you ever thought, like, hey, brother, I know things are tough, and I'm, going through the grind and the Comic-Con, is like, are you okay? Like, he'd always check in on me. Like, he's always that guy that, like, and yeah, sometimes it's like 6:30 in the morning, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that he is that kind of person that takes that kind of time, and it's not something he's just saying. You know what I mean? Like, he genuinely means that. and he genuinely wants to see you do better is pretty spectacular. And it's one of the situations where it's like, and just to go back, like, we'll go all the way back to where he first came, and we were starting this Comic-Con, and we were getting messages from people, and we're kind of looking for guests. And, you know, he messages us, and I'll be honest with you, I never listened to the Misfits. I can't even name one of their songs. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I know who they are and what they look like and their band image.
Everybody knows the
yeah, but I couldn't name a single stinking song. So it was one of the situations where I'm like, we're at a table and we're sharing names about people that reached out to us. I'm like, I don't know this guy, but he's got a decent following and he's got all these brands like represented. And to be honest, and Johnny will tell you, 2 years ago, he wasn't in the same spot brand-wise he is now. Like, what he's done for himself is he really has grown himself, and it's way more identifiable now than it was 2 years ago. And that's not trying to take away from his comic book at all. I know he has his followers and all that. I know he's growing, and it's awesome to see that as a guy who deserves to do well, just simply on the fact that he is such a genuine human being. And he just had such wild energy. I was like, let's bring this guy in. Let's give him a table. Let's give him a table. Let's get him in the door. Like, he's friends with this person. He's friends with James Stokes. So he set us up with James Stokes, who I'm now a dear friend with, and he's you've seen, he gives me workout advice. You know what I mean? Like, I love James Stokes, and anytime Johnny has, hey, listen, if you need this, I got this. I can do this. Let me do this. He provided us voice work, and he's really good at some of his voice stuff. Like, Sydney, like, we were like, he sent it to me, and I said, where did you get this? How did you get this? I thought he did Cameo. I'm dead serious. Because he sent it to me. I'm walking to work. I have my headset on, and I'm walking around media, and I play his voice message, and I'm like, how did you get, whoever, I forget whose voice it was that stuck out to me the most. But I was like, how did you get this voice worker to do? And he goes, no, it's me. And I was like, stop. And he's like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, and then he sent me like a bunch more. And it was like, I was like, dude, I don't even know how to use all your talents. You know what I mean? Like, he's a very talented individual. And his comic book is awesome. His artwork is definitely, it's got its niche. It's found a foothold in the world of indie horror. Mm-hmm. But I think the bigger thing is with Johnny is how big his heart is. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say enough things about him. We call each other brother now. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. And that's awesome. I wanted to put up the information so people can follow the Great Media Comic-Con, because there's all kinds of information on there. The pictures of Johnny, of James Stokes, of all of the awesome celebrities and vendors that were there. And I wanted to share this picture of you guys, because
there we are.
There you are.
Me mugging, me smiling, right?
Exactly.
Can't get on the same page, the two of us. Yeah.
Right. I think that's hilarious. And this is how I met Johnny, because apparently I did meet him at the first Comic-Con, but I can't picture him from there. So when you said about the difference between 2 years ago, I'm like, I don't even remember. And I was in there in a different capacity too, but I don't remember from 2 years ago, but I will never forget meeting him this year like this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so for those at home, this was Friday night, and there was a screening of Back to the Future at the Media Theater. It was the first mainstream movie shown in 30 years, right?
Yeah.
At the theater.
Yeah.
So Johnny was Doc, and Johnny was Doc. Like, he was Doc in the flesh, doing the character to the hilt. To anybody that came up that wanted pictures, they will never forget that experience, because he made sure that people had a fantastic time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was like, by the way, when I say that was like, I didn't ask for that. None of us asked him to do that. he volunteered to do that. And it was like, I don't know if there's any other con guys out there that hear this podcast, and he's somebody that you absolutely like. If you're out in his area, because he does drive pretty far to come to our Comic-Con. If you can get him to show up on your show, like it's a blessing. He is a blessing.
Yep,
he's a handful.
You don't have to.
He's a handful.
You don't have to push him for information.
Yeah,
he will,
he's a handful. So buckle up. But he is. He's a blessing, and I think we were just texting this morning, and he was excited for me to do this with you, and I just, like I said, is the guy has been. He's almost like, when I think about the Great Media Comic-Con, he's almost, and I know we're only 2 years in, I know we're baby con, but like I think about a name almost synonymous, and there's a handful, because I feel like we've grown this con to feel like a family. I feel like Johnny Necro is definitely one of those like branches. You know what I mean? He's definitely one of those people that is almost part of our identity of who we are as a con. Is when you go to the Great Media Comic-Con, get ready, because there's going to be some wild energy in there. You know what I mean? Johnny Necro is going to be there. So
absolutely. And I think he, like you said, he introduced you to James Stokes, but also Craig Lucas, right? Dead Mented.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Craig. Yeah. Love that guy. Shout out Dad Mented Geek Den. Can I do that on here?
Absolutely. We are all, I'm going to use my phrase again. When the tide comes in, all ships rise. We all just lift each other. And
some have holes in it. Don't forget that. And some do sink. So
some do. Usually the ones full of turds,
Yeah, I know a few of them.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I'm like, the turds in the punch bowl will always sink to the bottom, but we are floating to the top.
True.
It's all good.
Unless it's a Baby Ruth. That's a Caddyshack reference.
I was going to say,
all right.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, all right.
I could just see Bill Murray with what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie is classic.
Yeah.
So we also had Frankie, his friend, who's the East Coast representative of Troma, came to the Comic-Con.
Yes.
So that's a huge part of Johnny's life too, is Troma, which I am just now starting to learn about, and I am going to subscribe, because the list of titles that you get on that service is designed for me. Like they're just, I'm like a Lamageddon fan, or like Killer Sofa, like those kinds of things I love. So this
Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To support indie films,
Sure.
is a great thing to do too.
Yeah.
So, and also Daniel from Troma, Daniel Blake, who I talked to, also came up from Maryland. He drove 2 hours to see Johnny for 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
So it's really cool to see, like you said, this branch growing, and I'm grateful for my little leaf in it. I'm like meeting all you guys, and just very grateful that you let me be the part of it that I was. I think I have a picture of when maybe I didn't
take a picture together. I don't even remember.
What's
whole
funny?
Day's a blur.
I didn't find one of me and you, but I found one of you and Frankie where you were flexing.
Oh yeah. I look yoked.
There are flexy pictures of me, but they're embarrassing, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Because I really thought my bicep was bigger than it was. I saw the photo. I was like, yeah, never mind. It looked better. It looked better in my head. But there was one of me and Frankie when he cosplayed as you.
Yeah. Hilarious.
With his big arms. Yep.
Yeah. Frankie's got big shoulders, though. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I saw you guys all out to lunch, and you're all like all the big beefy guys eating lunch together.
Yeah, he's the only one not wearing sleeves. But
that is hilarious.
Man, I'm excited to see where Johnny goes from here, and I think that's how I'd like to kind of like, where Johnny goes from here. I think is important. I think the guy, he works a lot of different angles, and he works a lot of different avenues, and him getting involved in Troma, and he's got a new movie he's working on.
Yep.
and Killer Cox.
Killer Cox.
Stay out of the coop or something.
Yep.
But like I said, is I sit here and I watch this guy grow, and I applaud him every time. And it's something that's like, man, that's awesome. Do I have to understand any of it sometimes? Absolutely not. I don't. All right. Because sometimes I don't. Hey, man, if that you know what I mean? And it's growing, and I think it's awesome. And I think he's happy, and to see that guy happy, growing, doing his thing. And I think it's awesome. I think I'm very excited to see where he goes from here. 25 years is a huge milestone for someone to still be working on the same book and the same series. And yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I know comic book guys that can't get their first book off the ground. You know what I mean? So I've been blessed to be his friend and someone that we can both talk honestly with each other. And I think it's been an awesome experience, an awesome ride for 2 years. And I can't wait to see what else he's going to do. You know, I can't wait to see his movie. I mean,
me too.
He said he gets to die in it. I think he dies in this one. So I'm kind of excited to see him die. Not that I want him to die in real life, but
to see his performance.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very entertaining guy. I think him, and I think he's a lovely guy. He's awesome. And I just want the best for him in his future. And I think, you know, I'm not sure what else to say, but yeah, is like I said, is this guy came into our lives, and I think he changed it for the better. I mean, he did change it for the better. I think he did. And I think despite all the horror stuff, and people give, you know, horror bad rap sometimes, and it's scary stuff, this is the least scary guy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah, he's a big teddy bear.
You see him with the leather vests with the spikes, and
probably
be like, but he is so lovely, and
he just wants to make people smile.
He wants to pay it forward all the time, and it's such I really think that energy is why it comes back on him, because he gives so much. And he mentioned specifically about how you sat him next to Beatrice Bopley, Freddy Krueger's mom, and how much that meant to him that you put them together at the con the first year. And you know, like something like that, like remembering where his table was, that meant a lot that you did that for him. You know, like just he really appreciates things, and it's nice to see in a world that's so full of turds in the bottom of the punch bowl that, you know, there's someone that is really just rooting for everyone to be successful.
Agreed. Yeah. No, he's one of the good ones. He's a baby Ruth.
He's a baby. Exactly. He's not a turd. He's a baby Ruth.
He's a baby Ruth.
That's hilarious. And I had so much fun at the Comic-Con. We still have that scrolling. Please, everybody follow it, because it was, like I said, last year when I went to year one was my first Comic-Con experience ever. I was there to support Leah Saboli. And, you know, like, thanks to her introducing me to the Great Media Comic-Con, I got to meet you. And, you know, like, it's just kind of all grown. And then, like you said, with the branches, Johnny's another branch that now I'm meeting so many awesome people doing these interviews. And I'm guesting on, or I'm hosting another podcast in addition to my own podcast. And it's just, a year ago, none of this was on my radar. So don't ever think, well, you know, like in my case, I'm 49, I can't do anything new now. No, screw that. You can start a new chapter anytime, and it might not even be anything you see coming. And that's kind of like the Johnny Necro series, because when something happens, you don't see it coming, boom, you're in a new timeline. Yeah. And it can be completely different situation, which, like, I'm just starting these. Like, I'm a new
reader,
that universe. Yes, new reader. But it's so fun, like the references, all the pop culture stuff he sneaks in there, and the puns. It's so smart. He
does it to me in mid conversation too. Yeah, he'll do that, and I'll be like, can you stop for 2 seconds? And he'll laugh.
Well, he was messaging me this morning. I'm like, I'm not even vertical yet. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
yeah.
caffeine. I can't do this yet.
He's got an energy level that's unheard of.
If we
Unheard
could
of. I
bottle
wish.
that, if we could
Yeah,
bottle
I
that and
know.
sell it at the
Right. I
con
need
next
some.
year.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I need some of your energy for this con, and he started laughing.
Yeah.
He was there. He was the first person there at the con.
He told me he was helping set up tables.
He was there before anybody else was. I was like, dude, you're killing me. I don't need to be at this building till 7 or something. And he was there like 5. I'm like, yikes. I don't
Get
remember
some
what time it
breakfast
was.
and
All I
come
knew
back.
it was early. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm on my way. So, but he's awesome.
That's the thing. He's like, okay, I'm here. How can I help? Not, I'm here waiting for my turn because I'm the talent. You know, like
Sure.
he just is such an awesome human.
No,
so.
yeah. He was constantly, do you need anything? You need anything? No, buddy. No, I'm all right. Yeah. I was like, dude, just go set your table up. You're all right. I was like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We got this. Okay. Yeah. So.
And I had just met him and I had my backpack and I'm like, can I borrow your windowsill? Because I didn't know where to put it. Like this was before I knew about the wonderful closet where I interviewed Claudia Wells.
Oh yeah, the green room. Yeah.
The green room with the Freddy Krueger furnace.
Yeah. It's an air conditioning unit, okay, Sydney? All right.
At the Comic-Con, it was cosplaying as Freddy Krueger's boiler room. Everybody gets into it, even the air conditioning system.
Yeah.
But, and even that, there were so many people in and out of there that, and I'm sure that everyone that was there was fine. But it meant a lot to me that he was just like, no, come here, keep it at my table, which was right next to James Stokes. So I'd always have to be like, excuse me, Jason Voorhees, can I get to my energy drink is back here? Can I get it? But it was just so nice to immediately be comfortable. And it was him and Anne, like his wife is phenomenal. She does all the horror adorables, like your mug. She makes all of that merch and she is so talented. And just another sweetheart. Like
awesome, Anne is super sweet. Yeah. Very, yes. They're both of them. They make a pair. You know what I mean? Oh my God,
they're so perfect together. They're so perfect together. Because I know Anne's one of those people that is very quiet, but when she says something, it is gold. Yeah. It's like she doesn't waste her words. She just mic drop. If she opens her mouth, mic drop. Like, and she keeps him in line.
Yeah, she reminds me of my best friend's parents. Is my best friend. I call him Dad and Mom because I've known him for so long. But 100%, she reminds me of Mommy so much. It's so funny because when she'll say something, be like, "Yeah, okay," and you'll be like, "Dang," you know what I mean? Like.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not going to say much, but when I do, you're going to get
burned. It's to the point. Yeah.
Nah, she's awesome. And like, it just really meant the world to me to meet both of them and the contributions in a couple months that they've made to my life without me searching it out. I told Johnny this new horror community that he's introduced me to. I'm like, I didn't know I needed them, but now that they're here, it's like an extension to my family that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Because he's also doing a soundtrack to the Legend of Bloody Bones movie. So
that's right. I knew there was something else. He was doing a soundtrack. I forgot the name of the movie. Yes.
Yep. And I might be in the sequel of that.
There you go.
Not on my radar at all, but now.
Oh, you're dying. You're definitely going to die in the sequel.
Oh, I think every bit. Well, I don't know because I'm a goddess. Duh. So maybe I don't. I'm totally kidding. No, but it's a goddess character, so maybe I'm doing the killing. I haven't read the script yet. I'm just excited to be asked.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yep. And then like getting to do the video with Delco Batman, although I think I got cut. From my scene, I think got cut. But it's fun. It is so much fun. And I'm just enjoying, like I said, a new chapter starting when I wasn't expecting any of this.
Right.
The magic of Johnny, Johnny Logan Harley and his magic. I don't know. He doesn't have a school bus. His magic DeLorean.
I call it's just wild man energy.
Yep.
Yep.
It is. It absolutely is. Because he comes in and you're just not going to be the same.
No, he's a storm. Yeah, he it's awesome. I love him. Yeah.
Yep. Me too. And I'm so glad to talk to you again too, because I haven't chatted with you in a bit. So.
I know. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Yep, you were on the first season. I get to plug myself. Johnny said I can.
Yeah.
You were on the first season of Learn and Go-Go, the podcast, talking about the Comic-Con, which you can follow in the ticker below. And that is based on my book, Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, which you can pick up at learnedingogo.com. And I would appreciate that very much. And yeah, I am super excited about next year's con, but from what I hear, it's all under wraps right now. So you're going to have to follow social media because Mark's not spilling the beans. I tried. He's just.
We are working diligently around the clock, maybe not around the clock, but we are working diligently on building a bigger, better, great media Comic-Con. That's for sure. But,
Awesome.
you know, like I said, is we're not just a Comic-Con company. We want to do more. So, you know, our parent company is called Free Trade Entertainment. That's really what it is. The Great Media Comic-Con is a product, and we're incredibly proud of that product, and we keep seeing it grow, and it's awesome. But we are looking to do more, and we will be doing more. So we're very excited about what's going to happen in the next year and the next 2 years and the plans that we've got, and we're working hard. So that's all I can say right now. Any more than that, and I'm giving you too much, Sydney.
Darn. But I do love the affiliations that you've created already with the con, including Rags to Riches, where you got your little baby. I always have to mention Ori because she's so cute.
I know. She's hiding in the other room. She was bad the other morning. She was bad, but
not that angel. Not that angel. Your little
she
angel
gets it
puppy.
from me, probably. That's what it is.
I actually have to do some Proud Mama plug-in for my 2 labs because we took the cover off the pool Monday. So if anybody needs a set for Swamp Thing, you got about 2 more days until I get all the green out of it. But Muffy, absolutely, her most favorite thing in the world is to play ball. And in the summer, when she can play ball in the pool, non-stop. She loves the pool. So she went over and she looked at it, and I'm like, oh, look, you know, shocking green. I'm like, please don't jump into the pool. And she's sniffing it. I went, no, ma'am. And she just turned around and walked away. And I was like, yes, good puppy. So I have to give her credit for listening to Mama. But yeah, I absolutely love that you have the affiliation with an adoption agency for animals because it's so important that they all find homes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big sucker for animals, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, because you got a big heart, too. You and Johnny have that in common, so.
I like to think so, sometimes.
From what I've seen.
Yeah.
You're the baby Ruth. You're not, you know. That's going to be the new compliment. You know,
I think so, Ruth. Yeah, the baby Ruth, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to work on like a meme that we could just put on posts and we won't tell
I think that's a good idea. You should create a meme. That'll go well.
And then nobody will know unless they watch this. See? You got to watch the interview to know why this is funny.
Love it.
That's hilarious. Well, thank you so much for hopping on here with me.
Thank you for having me. And it's an honor to be a part of this docu-series about Johnny Necro and 25 years of the Frozen Dead.
Yep,
plug. Ready? Here we go. Wee, horror adorables. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, so.
Awesome. There we go. That's better than me holding it up. You can get a better
way
look
better.
At it. Yeah. I just like saying I bought one. I got one, so you need to buy one too. But you enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear more about this Comic-Con. I'm going to be bugging you about it. So.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Sydney.
Bye.